Alrighty, this is the final coding project. So I made some software that you could potentially use if you were a restaurant owner of several different restaurants. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my application in Eclipse here. Maybe. All right, there we go. It started up. Okay, so it started up here. So with this restaurant software, we want to be able to add restaurants, delete restaurants, add employees, link those to certain restaurants, and this is all in my code, obviously. But the first thing we're going to do now that my application is running is we're going to add an employee. So we want to add an employee to restaurant number 2. So if we go to employees and refresh, you can see there's only one employee for restaurant number 1. So we're going to add this employee, Tim Buddy, to restaurant as an employee of restaurant number 2. So hopefully this runs. Okay, says it was successful. So if we come over here and refresh, we can now see that we have an employee with an ID of number 2. His name is Tim, and he's associated with restaurant number 2. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is add a customer. So we're going to add a customer to restaurant number 2. So if we come to dbeaver and refresh our customers table, we can see we only have one customer, and their ID is currently their customer ID is number 1, and customer number 1 is linked to restaurant number 1. So if we add this customer to restaurant number 2, then come back to dbeaver and refresh, see there's another customer here with an ID of 3 associated with the restaurant number 2. And here is our customer number 3, Tony. Next, we're going to get some information. So if I run this, it pulls all the restaurants. It pulls all the restaurants that we currently have in our list. We just have the 2 restaurants as seen here in dbeaver. Next, I'm going to get some information about a specific restaurant, in this case, restaurant number 1. So here we see restaurant number 1, its information, we see its customers, and we see its employees. So employees and customers will show up when a specific restaurant is requested. And lastly, we want to delete one of our restaurants. So we can see that we still have restaurant number 2 here with its associated customer. So if I run this, it says deletion was successful. So come back, refresh dbeaver. That restaurant is gone, and its associated customers and its associated employees. Okay, that should do it for the final coding project. It seems everything's working as expected in the instructions, and I'll upload my code to GitHub.